Hi everyone, I hope you've had a really nice holidays and Christmas if you celebrate it, and Happy New Year. I'm assuming I'm posting this in the new year. First of all, excuse my voice, I have a bit of a cold, so sorry about that if it sounds annoying. I really wanted to show you this foundation that I've managed to get my hands on. I got my hands on the new TirTir foundation and I'm really excited. I've tried it once, but very briefly, and I didn't do a proper wear test, so I'm really excited. This is going to be a wear test video, and yeah, let's just crack into it. Got mine in the shade Porcelain 17C. First of all, I absolutely love the packaging. It's such a sensory packaging. I love that it just fits into your palms like a perfect pebble. And it has a mirror inside, and it's quite big packaging as well. And then you have your sponge, and then you open this little compartment, and this is where your foundation is. I'll give you my honest thoughts on this foundation and how it wears. Weirdly enough, I normally prefer shades that are start with W, so they're on the warmer tone. However, this one says it's a cool tone, hence the C. However, it matches me pretty well, I think, but we'll see in the footage as well. It might look a little bit pale. So I'll quickly read out a few of the claims. This is TirTir Mask Fit Red Cushion Foundation. It is brightening and anti-wrinkle. Adhering cushion foundation keeps makeup fresh with lightweight powder and skincare substance. They have a completed clinical trial test, prevents smudging off makeup in the mask. So I'm guessing this was created with mask wearing intention, which is quite cool. We could have used that foundation a few years ago. 24-hour makeup persistence in the mask, and 72-hour makeup persistence. I will not be testing it for 72 hours, but that's what it claims. So I believe the correct way to apply the foundation is when you put your middle finger like this and then the other two on top, so you can kind of balance the cushion so it's not just one finger. You're applying it with 3 fingers, and then I will try to evenly distribute the product onto the cushion, I guess. This is how much I got. I think this is quite a bit, but I will try and distribute it evenly. And I have quite a few breakouts going on at the moment, so we'll see the coverage pretty well. One thing I would say with this foundation is because of the applicator, because it's not a brush and it's not really buffing it into the skin, it's more like slapping it on top. It's quite scary seeing your pores because it kind of grazes over them, but it doesn't fill them. So bear that in mind. It looks quite scary, but we'll buff that in. Do you see what I mean? It's not too much of a cool tone, I feel like, for a 17C. I think it matches my skin tone pretty well, which I was very glad. I have used cushion foundations in the past, but never a long wearing formula. They were always quite glowy and skin-like, and I've always enjoyed cushion foundations. I think it looks quite nice and glowy and even, but if I was to come up close, we're getting very personal. I don't know if you can see around my nose, you can see my pores, and you can kind of see texture in areas where I haven't really managed to go in. So I'll just fold and try and go around my nose just to make sure everything looks nice and seamless. I will buff my skin in with either my Real Technique sponge, or I will go over with a brush just to make sure everything looks nice. I will quickly buff it in because I'm not too happy with how it's looking on initial application. It's definitely not looking good around my nose, and I'm not really sure how to fix it. It claims to be a long wear formula that doesn't really smudge in the mask, so I'm guessing it's transfer proof, and it feels quite sticky. I'm not gonna lie to you, this foundation texture, it's not going to be for people who do not enjoy the feel of foundation. I can feel it on my skin. However, it doesn't look too cakey apart from looking a little textured around my nose. This could be an error on my part, the fact that I'm not used to applying cushion foundations as much as normal foundations. It could be just something to get used to. I have managed to fix the nose area a little bit more, but it is not perfect. It is definitely picking up on texture in dry skin. The shade difference between my neck and my face looks quite different, but I swear in person it is not that apparent. I think it has oxidized a little bit, so that is one thing that is worth mentioning, and I can definitely feel it on my skin. The texture feels like something that might last. So what I will do is I'll finish the rest of my makeup, I'll apply powder, everything I do normally, and I will be back with my final thoughts. I'm going for dinner at my parents' place tonight, so I'll do a few check-ins just to show you in natural light how the foundation is looking, how it's lasting, and I'll make sure to write it in the description box as well of my final opinions. But yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. It has been on for a couple of hours. I would say I will do another check-in on the 4-5 hour mark just to show you how it's looking. But yeah, I'll check in with you and we'll see how it's lasted. It's currently 9:30. I have had the foundation on since, let's say, 3:30. It's still looking pretty good. All my products, face products like blusher, bronzer, concealer, are kind of staying on pretty well. The only thing I would say is my nose is looking quite patchy and like dry. A lot of the foundation has kind of disappeared from around here, but I have been blowing my nose because I'm a little ill, so I think it's just me rubbing it off. The rest of the foundation is looking pretty good. It's not really creased, it's still looking quite fresh and full coverage. My blush is still on, which I only have powder blush, and normally that kind of fades quite quickly. But yeah, it's looking pretty fresh. I'm impressed with the wear time, and it's not really transferring. You know, when you touch your face normally, there's a bit of foundation, but it doesn't feel like it's transferring. So yeah, I'll check in a bit later and we'll see how it's looking. Pretty happy so far, apart from the nose area. So I'm going to be transparent and I'm filming this another day, so I have tried the TirTir foundation one more time, so this is the 3rd time I have worn the foundation, and my thoughts are very mixed. Would I rush out to buy this foundation? No. My initial thoughts from the wear test the first day were it was quite matte, it separated quite a bit around my nose, and it looked quite cakey and it felt quite heavy on my skin. Today I have applied quite a lot of glowy products underneath my skin. It's very well hydrated, and I applied a very layer of the foundation, and my skin is looking very glowy and fresh. There is no separation around my nose, which has kind of made me rethink my decision. So, final thoughts. You can very easily over apply this foundation. You need to apply only a tiny little bit and it covers pretty well. The coverage is really nice. The foundation finish changes depending on what skin prep you do. So if you like very hydrated, very glowy base underneath, and then you apply the foundation is going to look glowy. If you are normally scared that you will get quite oily and you apply quite mattifying products, powders, the foundation is going to look quite matte. So I think that's actually a plus, the fact that it is very malleable and you decide what finish you want from the foundation. And as you can see, it can look quite glowy, but it has lasted well as well. I've had this foundation on since 11:30 this morning, and it is currently almost 7 o'clock in the evening, so it's lasted pretty well. It's looking fresh. I looked dewy all day but not too greasy, and it hasn't really moved around or separated. So if I was to rate the foundation, it would be a 7.5 out of 10, which I think is a very good rating. I would recommend it for people who are not necessarily worried about ease of application, and I would recommend it to people who want to dabble into Korean skincare and makeup. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with the foundation and I'll definitely continue using it. I think today I am the happiest I have been with it, so there is a bit of a learning curve,
But apart from that, I wouldn't say it is quite as good as it's been hyped up to be, and everyone was like acting really shocked online of how amazing it was, which is what made me want to try it so much. I wouldn't say it is worth the hype, but at the same time, I don't think it's not worth the hype. It's still a really good foundation and I would continue using it. I wouldn't run to buy it if you already have a foundation that you enjoy. But yeah, those are my final thoughts, and I'm sorry I'm filming this on another day, but I wanted to be honest and give you an honest, pretty much a 3-day wear test review, so I hope that was useful. If you want to see more videos like this, wear tests of foundations, primers, base products, I really enjoy doing them, so please let me know in the comments if you want more videos like this, and make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy these videos and my content, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!